guys, welcome back to my channel. As most of you are aware by now, I had a baby very recently. Thea is now 3 weeks old. I'm gonna be honest, I kind of forgot how much it takes out of you having a newborn, especially already having a child. Today I thought I would do sort of like a survival tips on how to cope with the first few days of having a baby. I hope you enjoy today's video. So, quick disclaimer, this is not going to be a video about how to do everything and be like the power mum. This is literally just going to be about helping you get through those first few days, those first few weeks, and feel a bit more human, a bit more like yourself. Okay, so my tip number 1 is just opening your curtains. Obviously, the first few days, maybe first few weeks after having a baby, you're not really going to feel like going out anywhere, especially if it is your first, because it does, I feel like the first time was a lot more strenuous on my body than the second times. You may be spending a lot of time in bed or just in your house, not really doing much, but I feel like opening your curtains lets in a lot of natural light and it just makes me feel better. I feel like if you're inside, you can get a bit stuffy, it can get a bit you know, confined, and can make you feel a lot more isolated than you actually need to be in those first couple of days. If it's the summer when you've had your baby, you know, open the windows, let some fresh air in. I feel like that really helps me feel a bit more alive and awake in those times when I need to be. Okay, so tip number 2 is one of those things that everyone says to every mum, you always get this advice, is to just try and have some time to yourself. Obviously, with a newborn, that's near impossible and pretty hard to come by, but as I said, everyone says this, try and take naps when you can, when the baby sleeps. It's so important. I feel like for me, when I haven't had enough sleep, I just cannot function. I'm not saying go on a shopping spree or go to a spa within the first few days or the weeks or anything like that. I'm literally just talking about trying, just, you know, pass the baby over to your partner or maybe your mum or someone who's come to visit, and just say, you know, would you mind if I just quickly run upstairs and have a shower, and just literally don't rush your shower, don't dawdle, but like, you know, just take the time, just enjoy yourself to be in the shower. That's when I feel at the moment, you know, I really get my me time. Or don't feel guilty about asking to quickly go and have a nap or go and have a shower. Remember that you have just been through a lot and people will understand. As I said, people always say this, you know, go and have a nap when the baby sleeps, it's important you get your sleep, but it really is true. You can function, you can think so much clearer when you've had a bit more sleep, especially if things like you're breastfeeding and the night feeds are completely up to you, like, you know, no one else is going to be able to feed that baby, so it's important that you get as much sleep as you can when you can, so that you can deal with the night feeds better. Okay, so my tip number 3 is don't do too much. Literally just do the bare essentials, especially in those first few days and weeks, because obviously there's so much pressure nowadays to bounce back after having a baby, not just in your body, but also, you know, there's so much pressure. You always see it online, the mums who can always seem to do everything, and I think it's important that we be realistic with ourselves. I'm not gonna lie, my house has taken a right downturn. Thea is now 3 weeks old and my house still hasn't come back to the way it's meant to be. Again, I'm being realistic with myself. I gave birth 3 weeks ago. I'm still not physically back to where I was. I'm tired. Obviously, you have a baby, that's exhausting in itself. So I'm starting to work in a little bit more housework, but especially in the beginning, I really did rely on Ben to do quite a lot. And even then, it wasn't like we were both tired. Don't be pressured by social media or any parent saying, when I had a baby I was doing this, and when I had my baby I was still doing that. Do what you feel like you can do at the time. Don't worry about the house, just focus on you. Housework and your energy levels will eventually come back, so, you know, just take the time, enjoy the time that you have with your baby, and just go with the flow of whatever you feel like at that time. I don't know if that actually made sense. I hope it did. I hope what I said made sense and I didn't just ramble for like a little while. My 4th and final tip is share the burden. I'm not necessarily talking about, obviously I am talking about in housework and things, you and your partner probably should and will be sharing the housework or just baby duties and things like that, but I'm talking about like the emotional strain. I didn't remember feeling with Isabella, but now that I have had another baby, it all came back. They call it like the baby blues. Your hormones just are obviously all different after having a baby, and they just kind of drop and they change, and it's normal to feel quite emotional. Honestly, for the first probably 2.5 weeks, bearing in mind we're only now at week 3, I probably cried every day. I felt like I was kind of doing it all alone, even though I wasn't. Ben was being such a great help. I didn't realise it, but I was kind of keeping it all to myself. I felt like, I don't know, I just felt so drained and everything just felt like on top of me. So I think it's important, don't isolate yourself. Make sure that you are talking to someone if you do feel down. I'm not saying that I've had postnatal depression or anything like that. It's just, again, it can feel like the whole world is on top of you and you just don't know how to cope. I remember just crying to Ben the other day saying I literally don't know what I'm doing, and bearing in mind this is my second baby, I probably should know what I'm doing, but I really don't. So important, don't isolate yourself. When, you know, talk to your partner, your friends, your family about how you're feeling, or just getting out and about if you can. As I said, I know it's difficult with a baby, like, or more than one child. I found that out today. It took me over 2 hours to leave the house. Yeah, just talk through your feelings. You know, try and find a good support system. Motherhood can be really, really lonely. I'm quite lucky. I live close to both mine and Ben's family, so we see my family and his family quite a lot. If you're not fortunate enough to have, you know, friends and family close by, look online for local mum and baby groups or mum and toddler groups and go along to those, because, you know, just having some people who are going through the same stage that you're going through can really help you feel like, you know, you can share the same problems, you can come up with the right answers, and you can just chat through your issues. Obviously, if you still feel down or if you just feel like it's not helping, talk to like your doctor and things, because, you know, you can have postnatal depression, and it's important that you get help for that. My 4 tips on sort of surviving the newborn phase, the first couple of weeks after giving birth, I hope they're helpful. I hope I didn't ramble too much, and I hope I made sense. If there's anything you'd like to add, please put it in the comments below. I have now got Instagram, Day of Nights. I'll put the links to that and all my social media in below as well. Please give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe if you are new. I love reading all your comments and things. Thank you very much for watching today's video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye guys.